Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Where's Wetzler? I'm your host, Mark Wetzler, and today we're talking about 5 metas that I've learned in the past month that have changed my life when it comes to GeoGuessr. And a lot of you probably already know these metas, or some of them, but I guarantee you there's at least one or two that you don't know about. They might never help you because they're quite esoteric, but they're super interesting, in my opinion. Let's start with the first one, which is these yellow road lines in southern Chile near the town of Balmaceda, between Coyhaique and Balmaceda. Why is this cool? Because Chile, as you I'm sure know, almost never has yellow road lines. It's almost just all white. Here we see some type A guardrails with almost like the Spanish style reflectors. We're getting off topic. So let's look at where this is exactly. Here's Balmaceda down here. We've got Coyhaique up here. This is southern Chile, very far south. And we're specifically looking at this road that goes from Balmaceda to Coyhaique. The reason I think this is interesting also is because Phineas had this in a round recently and he was freaking out because he was just like, is this Chile? Why are there yellow road lines? What's going on? And I just thought that was super cool. Here we can see a beautiful, if you'll just give me 1 second, road sign that has, there's a Chilean bus stop. Heck yeah. This beautiful road sign, Coyhaique, Puerto Aysén, Puerto Chacabuco. And these amazing yellow road lines, again, between Coyhaique and Chacabuco, or Balmaceda, in southern Chile. There is a place, of course, I'm sure you guys know about this, in Tierra del Fuego, as a lot of you probably know. This road has all yellow road lines. And I would love to know why this happened. I assume that maybe they just ran out of yellow paint and they were like, let's frickin' party. Let's make it all yellow. We don't care. But who knows? But yeah, all yellow road lines here. This is wildly rare. So cool. Love this. I could look at this all day, but I won't because I'm not a crazy person. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. That was southern Chile. Now we're going on to Albanian rifts. And I know what you're saying right now. And stop, because it's rude. But I know what you're saying. You're saying, Mark, everyone knows that Albania has rifts, Albania and Montenegro. But what you might not know is that these rifts, in my experience, are pretty much exclusive to southern Albania. Now, this is a weird one. I don't know what to do here because we have this tiny rift. So I'll maybe just go that's tough. I'm going to go just Tirana here. And it was just Tirana. In my experience, Tirana is kind of the border between rift land and no rift land. And here, yeah, this is an example of no rifts, so this should be north, and I'm really hoping. Oh, it was just south of Tirana. Okay, my point is not super well illustrated so far. I might have to okay, is this just Tirana again? No, let's go north. Okay, that's good. That's middle. This has no rifts. This should be way north up here, and it is way north. And hopefully we can get one with lots of rifts, like this beautiful portal to another universe right here. And this should be southern. And there we go, 29 kilometers away, southern. Try this out on your own. I'm not going to play a bunch right now because this has been my experience that 1 out of 10 rounds or 1 out of 20 in the north might have a rift. But if you see a rift, it's almost always southern Albania. And oftentimes quite south. Moving along, friends, to the differences between Czech, Slovak, Slovenian, and Croatian. Mostly just how to narrow the country down based off seeing some Slavic languages written in Latin script. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because I've struggled with this. I hate to admit that, but it's, I'm trying to be vulnerable right now. I've struggled with this. I've struggled with differentiating these languages, and I think I finally learned one easy way to differentiate between Czech, Slovak versus Slovenian Croatian, and that's just accent marks. If you see accent marks or diacritical marks, I'm not sure exactly what they're called. If you see accent marks over the vowels, you're almost you're in either Czechia or Slovakia. Here we see accent over the A, accent over the Y, accent over the E here. And in Slovenian and Croatian, you will never see this, as far as I know, or Serbian, if you're seeing the Latin script. Croatian can have an accent over the C, I think, but that's just pronounced like a ch sound. And then, of course, as you probably know, if you see a hacek, which is the little dip thing over the R, which is the psh here, przyrodni, or however you pronounce that, then you're in Czechia. This hacek over the R, otevřeno, is only in Czechia, not in Slovakia. And then, just to show you what Slovenian would look like, here we're in Ljubljana and we're looking at a sign that has quite a bit of language, 0 accents over the vowels, so we know that we're not in Czechia or Slovakia at least, and we know that we're probably either in Croatia or Slovenia, which, I mean, those countries are neighboring. It narrows it down a decent amount. I'm sure there are, many other metas to figure out exactly which country you're in, but if you're, panicking, struggling, this can be an easy thing. Okay, moving along to Swedish versus Norwegian. I have struggled also to differentiate between Sweden and Norway. I'm ashamed to admit it again, but it happens, especially in like industrial areas like this. My experience, if you see this, it's like, okay, this could be Sweden or Norway. I'm not really sure. But if you have some language and you see an umlaut over the A, you have to be in Sweden when it comes to Sweden versus Norway. Sweden can have the circle, the dot over the A, but Swedish can have this. But Norwegian will never have this umlaut over the A, only Swedish. And that has helped me out a lot, just to instantly know, like, oh, okay, I'm in Sweden, I'm not in Norway. I knew I was in one of the two, but I wasn't sure. Anyway, that's that one. And finally, let's go back to Chile, because we love that country. And let's go back to the Coyhaique region. And this time we're going to go to a valley just north of Coyhaique, specifically between Villa Ortega and Villa Manuales, and even more specifically where the X50 comes into the Carretera Austral, Highway 7. And we're going to see some very unique coverage here, and that is... Okay, that's not what I want. I'm going to go more this way. There we go. We're into the deluge, the rainstorm. In this valley, and this is one of the only places I've ever seen this, we have full-on like rainstorm coverage. Again, it's like just pretty much in this valley, and you can pretty much just keep going north here, and it will continue as rainstorm coverage. And I've gotten this round actually twice in this valley. So like, it's not altogether insanely rare. I'm sure at some point if you play GeoGuessr for long enough you'll have this. I don't know why this happened. I assume Google was just kind of like, whatever, like it rains there every day, like just send us the footage that you have. So yeah, again, this is just north of Coyhaique. Oh, were there yellow road lines there? Sorry, let me just check. Was that, am I tripping? Oh, there was a yellow road line. Also crazy. Okay. So yeah, this is north of Coyhaique, between the villages, well, between where the X50 comes into the 7 and Villa Manuales. And it's pretty cool. You don't often see rainstorm coverage. And if you see that, you can send it and get an amazing score. Anyway, I hope you found this video informative. These are 5 metas that I've learned or kind of absorbed over the last month or so, or just my nascent GeoGuessr career that have helped me out a little bit, and I hope they help you out too. Please leave a comment if I got anything wrong, or if you have anything to add, or if you have any more information. I would love to hear it, and I thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.